heck, here it is. Here we are. It's Just Roll With It. It's episode 12. Pando Corn Chips McDougal. I just read that. That's great. Nate, how's our volume? How are things? Waiting. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Nate? Nice. Love it. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. We got Sheila as Pando the Druid. Hey, Sheila.
Hello.
We got Scott eating the cheapest apple in Chicago as Zep. Wild Chaser. We've got Tina as Valerian upstairs. We share a house. We've got Carrie as Cashinon with a lovely little birdie throw pillow. We've got Nate as Hall Dyer on this island.
He's Hall's Dyer on that island. He's Hall Dyer.
Hall Dyer. You're right.
Amazing.
Great. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we were just palling around. What's that? Oh yeah, Tunnels and Trolls. Here it is. Yep, we're gonna switch games. Tunnels and Trolls. I love it. Look, Google search it, you one viewer. We've got last time we were basically shopping. It was a shopping episode here on Mundo Harbor. Zep had gone back to the suite, which you guys earned from dealing with the goblin problem at the Wayfarer's Welcome. It's the top house of that. You also got a bunch of money. You spent a bunch of money on things like potions and a staff and extended parrots, or EPs, which will be going out for Hallsdyer's new moniker as a musician and bard, QAnon. So that they'll be flying around there. The party is scheduled to go see an amateur, basically an amateur rehearsal of scenes of acting students back at the art district, but they're going to go home first and clean up a little bit, and also get high is what has happened. Hallsdyer was busking for some indeterminate substance in the art district that he is currently buzzing on. I think that Cashinon may have also partook.
Yeah, a little bit, real quick. Yeah.
Pando, did you? I can't remember who. I think it was everybody but Valerian.
I did a classic teenage Pando move where I evaded the question and changed the subject.
Okay, great, got it. So,
did you do that in assemblies?
I learned that in assemblies. Mm-hmm. Pando learned it in assemblies. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. We're on our way back to the Wayfarer's Welcome. I would say, for ease of narrative, unless there's anything you want to do, you guys have just left Pierre and Alessandro, the turtle and mermaid duo, who were riding a giant sea turtle, and where you bought some magical oddities that they have found from across the world. You traded them earrings for them.
Don't say what we bought.
I believe you bought a staff.
No, don't say.
Okay.
Don't.
I thought you said please tap. Okay, so I won't say what you bought. You are on your way to the Wayfarer's Welcome. But if you don't want to do anything, we can just jump to you being at the suite.
Let's get to the suite.
Okay, great. So when you enter the Wayfarer's Welcome, it's evening. It's a very different crowd that seems to be there. It seems to be more like sailors that are kind of coming in to bed down for the night, maybe getting a little bit of drunk before they go off to the brothels in the area or things. There are any manner of traveler. There seem to be some stately diplomats who seem to be eating like properly and might be staying in nicer rooms in the area. But again, you know this to be a pretty big tavern, and it's like the first one you see. So it's like people are coming in and out of this thing constantly. You don't see the barkeep Bramblethorn that you've seen. He seems to be giving it over to like a night manager. Lurk is still there, the giant purple orcish guard at the door. You don't see anybody else you recognize as you make your way to a grand staircase, kind of like off past the dining room, moving its way up. You've been told that the suite is all the way up, so there are a couple of places that you could, like a couple floors that you escalate past, and then you get to the top, and right at the top of the stairs is a door, and the suite itself is the entire top floor. The door is very ornate, lovely. It has like a little bell that you can ring before there. One of you has a key that you can easily get in. You enter. The doors swing open. And what you immediately see as you walk in is just like a big open space with compartments off to the side that are each curtained off, that seem to be smaller bed chambers. On a table in the middle of the room, with a nice ornate rug under it and a chandelier above, are a bunch of cans that are labeled with different foodstuffs on it, kind of moved around. There are some like hand fruits and things like that, but the predominant thing are a bunch of food that seems to be put into like can-like containers. Other than that, there are tapestries of different kind of things that are from your recent adventure. There's a portrait of Zepp shouting at a tiny goblin, while logs roll in the background. There's another tapestry of a little like metallic mouse that seems to, like, its eye is like springing out of the corner, and Valerin's behind it, like giving a big like flex. There's a picture of a very tiny but like cute, almost like chibi heart eyes hermit crab sitting in a hand, which is very clearly Pando's. And then there's just one tavern of just like tapestry that's just huge. You'd have to go up next to it. It's almost like a Where's Waldo, of just a bunch of those little mold men that you had seen of there. Those are kind of on the back wall, where there's a big window in the corner that looks out onto the harbor and the ailing sunlight just past.
That's me.
Whoa.
That's
So cool on there.
you.
That's me.
I've never been on Fabric before.
So, Valerian, as you go over to get a better look at it, completely mesmerized by it, can you please roll a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, I have advantage.
I think only when you're raging.
Not according to this. I think I just have it all the time. But you are the DM. You tell me.
I don't know. I haven't read your stuff in a while. If that's what it says, you're good.
22.
Okay. You move over to see the thing, and your foot slips underneath of you. The floor is inexplicably slippery in front of this tapestry. You kind of hold yourself up by your own force, like you kind of just tense your muscles. You're fine, but that's what happened there.
Did my tapestry is so real? It created water just like me. Guys, it's like a real sea, but in cloth.
I pranked you. I pranked you good. I was hiding behind the couch the whole time.
There is a
You
couch.
made the tapestries in the water?
It's just really slippery. Ah, you looked hilarious, almost slipping there.
Oh, that was a good one, Steph.
Did you really make the tapestry?
Well, not strictly speaking, I didn't make it.
He provided the inspiration for the tapestry that you see here, and we provided the rest. It's a service that we are happy to afford all of our most honored guests.
Who's this fancy boy?
Yes. My name is, let me double check. Have it written down. Yes. Well, I'll be your personal manservant here for the evening, along with our staff help. My name is Bumbleduke Finewhisker, and he is a halfling man with a little tuxedo, just very John Cleese-esque, like a nice, well-trimmed mustache, and his hair's a little bit wild, but like kind of purposefully so off to the side there. He's very svelte, except for a little bit of a pot belly, and he is here in the corner of the room. You didn't see him as you walked in. He's kind of around the corner there, just ready to serve your beck and call.
I am so sorry, but can I have a water and a tea and maybe another water and maybe like do you have like a hot cocoa? I'm just so thirsty. I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. Yes. Coming right up. It will only be a moment. Is there anything else that I can get any of you while I fetch these beverages?
Do you have an ashtray?
Of course. Yes. On the table already.
Oh, thank you.
Should we maybe eat some dinner before we go see this show? Is that a thing people do?
Of course. There's fine canned meals already on the table for you, but I can order anything that you would like from downstairs. A plate of food, perhaps a hen.
Why is there all this canned food here? That seems kind of unusual.
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting your compatriot, Mr. Wildchaser, first, and he requested these items specifically, and we are able to magically abide.
I got him to make all your guys' favorite foods and put them into cans so they last for the time it took you guys to get here. Because you guys all told me the stuff you really like, and it's in these here cans.
Wow, Zep, that is very sweet.
That is so thoughtful, Zep, and I'm impressed that you all had so much time to can. But like, have you ever heard of nachos? Do you guys have nachos?
Yeah, they're in a can. Yeah.
Oh, they're in the can?
That's nachos.
Oh my God.
There is a can that just has written nachos on it. Yeah.
Nachos.
I'm gonna let this play out.
Bumbleduke does write down something while you say that. You open the can.
Yeah. Can
okay.
I'm gonna dig in. Is that cool?
So as you open the can, about 3 to 4 tiny magical snakes bounce out and just kind of fly around the room. They are very much alive.
What the hell? Those aren't nachos.
They're kind of like, they leave like this sprinkling kind of interesting dust behind them as they are flying and slithering around.
Oh, I get it. The names of the snakes, you named them Nacho? Is that like their name?
No, it was a prank. Oh, Cashin, you got so pranked.
I did. I'm so pranked. It hurts. I'm so pranked. Are these people gonna bite us?
They don't seem to be biting you, but they do seem to like be landing, and some of them like find dark corners of the room and like slither into them. Yeah.
Not open any more cans.
Oh, I'm sure they're all different though.
No.
Oh, probably better. Oh, come on, Holstein. I got your favorite foods here. I got ribs on a stick.
Holstein loves ribs. Great job.
On a stick too.
I think that once you do the prank once, and if you just then lie and say you're not doing the prank anymore and force me to open another can, it doesn't count as a prank.
But are they like personal pranks? Did you get me a personal prank? Is that what like my can is?
You look over. on the can, there is there are a couple of cans there. There's one that is blue, and it has written on it boiled seaweed ?
It's blue. I'm blue. Is this my prank? Is this prank for me?
Oh, maybe it is. It could be your own personal prank,
If it's more
Valerian.
snakes, Zep, you're gonna have to round up those snakes before we go to sleep. I already feel like snakes are crawling on me.
Zep, Zep,
that's
this can just says trees on it. It just
Yeah.
says trees.
I know you love them, Pando. Eat up.
I would eat trees.
What?
How did you can trees?
But yeah, it took me and the Bumble Duke. We had to work real hard at it.
I like that his name is the Bumbleduke. But also, no, I do. I like that. Secondly, if we'd seen the trees one first, I think we would have known that this was something was not right. Because anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and which one's for me? The ribs on a stick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you both open yours. Valerian, yours pops open and splashes you with water in the face, and then it's like a second, and 3 or 4 snakes fly out of the bottom of the can. Hallsdyer, you open yours up, and there's just like a puff of smoke that smells kind of like a barbecue. And then 3 or 4 snakes fly out and wander around the room.
You
How
guys,
did you get these snakes?
there are 9 to 12 snakes now in this room, and it's freaking me out.
And you guys thought they were food. Isn't that hilarious?
I would just like to say I never once
really.
thought it was going to be food.
Pando, did you open your can?
I have not opened my can until now.
Got it. You open yours, and a tree pops out.
Whoa. That's actually kind of cool, Zep. Thank you.
And then 3 to 4 snakes slither out of it.
The snakes gotcha again.
Pando,
Six-
Pando,
That's
you
so
should
many
you should let Zep hold your stick.
Me?
Yeah, you should let Zep hold your stick. The stick we bought.
Yes, the stick we bought. Here, Zep, hold this.
What, a stick? Okay, I love sticks.
Look how pretty it is.
Oh, is it pretty?
It looks like a snake.
Oh, this is amazing. I love it.
Is it a snake stick? I was outside getting stoned while you guys bought this. What is this?
It's a pretty staff. Panda, make it work.
Yeah, it's a staff. Let me make it do its thing.
Yeah.
So I would say, Pando, you could have attuned to it on the way over. It takes a few minutes to attune to it magically. But when Pando grabs the stick and she speaks a command word, which you would choose, Pando, as the operator of the staff.
Pork rinds.
Okay, she says pork rinds, and the staff immediately flops in her hand and then you notice that it coils up around her arm and just hisses at you. It is a very large, very venomous snake.
Wowza, that was amazing.
She pranked you. It was
a big prank. It was a big prank, Zep.
We have
Pando.
17 snakes in the room now. I don't know why no one else is freaking out. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna come back to the staff. But Zep, we bought a prank for you.
You guys are amazing. I feel like this is. May I hug you guys?
We are a friendship group.
Sure.
Group friendship hug.
As you guys are hugging,
Does
let
the
me
snake bite one of us?
let me look up the nature of this. I haven't looked up this item in a little bit. I want to make sure that
Does the snake like us?
Okay, sorry. The head of the staff becomes that of an animated, so it's technically still part of the staff. You can return it to normal. You can make a melee. Okay, so it's like the head of the staff operates. So no, it wouldn't attack unless you wanted it to. It's basically just the staff turns into a snake head. It doesn't turn into an actual full snake.
Okay.
That was my fault.
Poor Grimes.
And it goes it rigid back into a staff.
I'm so hungry. You just keep saying food.
well,
As you guys break the hug, you do see that Bumbleduke is standing there with another person to help him similarly dressed, and they bring you over what appears to be a platter of nachos. Not exactly the Elvish tradition that you would expect, but this being a port town, they have a pretty good idea of what most of their clientele would ask for, so it's a pretty convincing knockoff. And then there are a bunch of in the order that you asked for them lined up on a tray are like a tea and a water and a tea and a water, and it is like left to right what you requested.
Wow. You guys are quick. Thank you.
Of course, yes. Anything else that you would need, please let us know.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Luke.
Could we get dinner? Just like a dinner?
I would have some salmon.
I'm sorry.
Salmon?
We can get you a whitefish from the ocean as the closest thing we would have to salmon.
That's fine.
Okay, so me and Cashnon will do a bowl of popped corn. We'll have some actually hot chocolate. We should have ordered that with the drinks.
Hot chocolate was ordered. Yeah, you do have.
Oh,
that.
we have it. Hey, man, great.
Yeah.
Same wavelength. And then let's do. Do you have any like off the top of your head? You know, the ribs thing sounded good. Do you have any
Ribs on a
ribs?
stick. We can do that. Yeah,
Can you put meat on a stick?
of course we can. And
Ooh.
ribs, any kind of meat.
Great. Do you have?
Ribs on a stick.
Do you have quesadillas?
We can certainly work something up.
All right, cool. And
No, go ahead. You
oh,
finish.
I also think we could probably get a group pizza going here, right?
I dig it. I'd eat a slice.
I'm
All right.
hungry.
Do you have any vegetables?
Yes, of course. A fine variety from the mountain.
Just vegetables
Sure.
would be.
We can get you an assorted medley. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
a
and maybe
problem.
some oranges. I've been at sea for a while, and I need to make sure I don't get.
Of
scurvy.
course, yes. This we're in tropical climate. We can get you any kind of citric fruit you would desire.
Also, if there's no pizza, which I understand there probably isn't, a meat pie, a big enough meat pie for all of us to have some.
That's what we were going to make you. Yes.
Okay, cool.
And fries for the table? You'll have a
Sure.
fry, right? You'll
Right,
have
good.
Great.
They
Real quick, could we also have a friend to help us pick up some snakes?
well, if you would prefer, I can dispel them.
That'd be great.
Please.
Oh, you
Yes.
guys, what? Okay, fine.
He waves his hand, and you like hear a and like some of them are coming like out of beds, and like one of them was concerningly like close to someone's foot. And they start to go around there. Can I have everybody roll a perception check, please?
Natural 20, 24.
11.
17.
Also natural 20, 24.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Pando and Valerian, you're the only ones that actually, for some reason, you're just like the pops don't take you off guard, and you're able to roughly count them. Not all of them were dispelled. There are maybe 2 left, probably about 2 left. And Zep, in your head, no one else can hear it. You see as he walks away, Valerian and Pando, you also see this Bumbleduke kind of rubs his mustache and points behind him. And in your head, Zep, you hear, "Sir, I left 2 of the snakes for you," and
Oh, shoot. There are no snakes left. Oh, shucks.
I
Go ahead, Brando.
no, I think I saw some snakes that weren't just me.
Okay, well, as long as it doesn't kill me before I eat, I'm good for the moment.
It's a really low bar. It's worrying.
Bumbleduke's just about to leave. I'm sorry. Is there something else that you?
I think you missed some snakes.
Yeah, there's some that scurried over that way.
What? I'm sure he would have missed any snakes. That's crazy.
I'm just gonna say it. We've all been thinking it. Your accent gets crazier when you lie.
What? Oh, what? Oh, wow. Yeah, damn it.
Well, I am in a bind. I did leave a couple. I apologize. I meant nothing by it, Mr. Wild
It's
Chaser.
fine.
I apologize. And then from one of the bed like chambers with the curtains, there are 2 snakes kind of like Scooby doing their head from the inside of the curtain, and you see a and both pop away.
Oh.
Are they in an alternate dimension now, or were they material? Are they alive?
They're from a different plane. They're from perhaps you're familiar with the Feywild.
Oh, the Feywild.
Yes, land of the fairies. They're fairy creatures.
Oh, those are fairy snakes?
Mhm.
Cool.
Anyway, I'll get cooking up your pizza and fries.
Okay.
And the salmon.
Of course, yes.
Quesadilla and ribs on a stick too. But just
I have everything written down.
okay.
The funny thing is, a quesadilla is already very convenient to eat with your hands. Putting it on a stick feels like a hat on a hat, but hey, I'm excited.
Where I come from, all our food was on sticks. We ate it all.
At the monastery?
Yep, that's part of what our monastery did.
Come to think of it, I remember when Zepp and I were stuck in those barrels on the ship, he kept requesting sticks every time they shoved a meal through the top hole.
I was frankly a little outraged about the lack of sticks. So you'll put me in a barrel, okay, but don't give me sticks or my macaroni. I'm out.
Wait a minute. They were shoving macaroni through a hole in the barrel for you?
It was a limited diet on the boat.
On a boat, they were making macaroni? Okay.
I don't know what to tell y'all. That's what we were getting.
How big of a hole was this they were shoving macaroni through?
Or was it like
Yeah.
one noodle through each slot? Slot?
Yep.
Were you in you weren't in the same barrel, obviously we found your barrels, but you could hear him requesting sticks?
I could hear him request. Zepp and I got very close during that time. We talked through the neighboring walls of our barrels.
Yeah.
That's a inspiring story, I think, actually, in like different hands. I think somebody could write a very inspirational story about it.
We actually started penning our own story, isn't that right, Zepp? And we thought if we ever made it out, we were going to try and pitch a screenplay or something.
Yeah, we think we could get quite famous from it.
You were gonna like paint it on screens?
No,
Like a backdrop in a play?
no. It's more like using a pen and quill, if you will, P&Q, and writing something on a scroll.
And why is it? I think though Valerian has a good point. Why is it called a screenplay?
Because we screen it for people. I don't understand. What's so confusing
Oh,
about
it's
it?
like
You
a
mean-
scream play, like you yell.
No. In fact, there's a lot of quiet parts in it because Zepp and I had a lot of quiet, intense conversation on this boat.
I'm sorry. So this is a thing you're going to present to people that is a quiet production of you both being in separate barrels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
You're in
Pre-order.
showbiz, Hallstar.
Pre-order my ticket.
Oh, we already sold one. All right.
You're right.
Are you both going to act in it as well?
Oh,
don't know
are you
the
gonna
way.
have it? Like, are you gonna give it to the people who are like, we're gonna see their show tonight?
I'm definitely going to be all ears and eyes tonight to see what the talent scene is here.
We don't want the wrong, we don't want to put it in the wrong hands and have our vision, not carried out.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Zeb, we totally forgot because you had all really great pranks. We're gonna go see a play tonight if you are feeling rested and want to come with us. Pando met a person.
Yeah.
I'll pretend.
These could be our people. We met a person downtown who was studying me, and they're doing a play tonight
About elves.
about elves.
What do you mean studying you? Like a
Intensely
textbook?
Intensely watching from afar, like a character study. Like I was the character.
Oh, sounds fun. All right, I'm excited for this play.
If you think about it, a play is just a prank that everyone accepts.
Whoa.
I never thought of it that way, but you're totally right. Hostar, you're smart.
Thanks, man. Did you, by the way, want to hit at this?
We're going right now?
No, but we're about to eat dinner, though.
Oh yeah, did you guys get me a ticket?
Oh, we don't need a ticket. It's just out in public. I was saying, did you want a hit of this herbal cigarette?
What? Oh, I thought you meant go to the play. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic herb.
I don't think that would help me with pranking. It sounds like you'd be pranking me, actually.
It's lightly hallucinogenic. It's mostly it's medicinal.
I'll let you guys enjoy it. It seems like again, I could probably pull one over on you a little easier.
I did not realize we were all going to be a bunch of squares.
Oh,
I'm very fluid because I live in the sea. A square isn't a very good way to swim.
I'm sorry, square. That was a little harsh.
Well, I think it was amazing, and this hot chocolate is top drawer.
Halflings are really good at sweets in particular.
Oh shit! We should have asked for candy.
Wait, why are you having your hot chocolate in a drawer?
It's
I've actually never heard that phrase before. Top drawer.
yeah, it's like
A goblet.
bottom drawer is where all the dirt falls, but the top drawer is where you put your best jewels. That's the way I learned it.
Are you a thief?
Noted.
Am I a thief? No. Well, yeah, that's a story for another time. Ugh.
Did you have a shoplifting phase?
Let's just say, when I was trying to find myself, nothing made me feel good, and then I kind of accidentally once stole a manuscript that I found on someone's doorstep. It was an accident. I wasn't thinking. I picked it up and I just started thumbing through it, and then I walked away, and then I realized I stole it, and the thrill, I need some nachos while I talk. The thrill I got from taking something that wasn't mine and walking with it and reading someone else's story, but then knowing that they were missing it, I got to admit, you guys, it felt good. Felt real good. So I stole for like 4 more years.
And that's why you know the good stuff in the top.
As you say that, a bit of steam comes out from what appeared to be like a hidden part of like the wall, kind of up past the corner. Like the stairs come up, they walk around the corner. There's like a big bathhouse there, and some steam rolls in, and a man in a towel and blonde hair kind of shed from there says, well, I'm glad to hear you say that taking something that's not rightfully yours gave you a thrill. I have been in the shower for a long time, and I've been hiding, and I was getting wrinkly. I smelled food, and I hope I can eat some of it. This is Arnold Chesterweather, the guy who was supposed to have been in a different suite after you guys took this.
This fucking guy.
I was gonna kill you.
I'll take just a couple of nachos, and I'll make my way down the hall to my own room. Just do.
Hey Arnold, I got a can of your favorite food over here.
Oh my goodness, macaroni, Zep.
Yeah.
Reminds me of our time on the ship.
Yeah, that's
Well,
funny.
let me try this. Poof, and 3 or 4 snakes hit him square in the face. He almost drops his towel. Oh, goodness. This isn't macaroni at all. Zep, there are snakes in this can.
You
That's
got
good.
pranked.
I'm glad you got another prank in.
I should. Maybe I'll return with when I look a bit more decent. Ha! And he opens the door to leave.
And,
Is he wearing clothes?
He's wearing a towel.
Okay.
as he leaves, I say, "Hey, there's a play in the arts district that they're going to do. If you want to go, we're going to go in a little while."
We have more food coming too.
You would be all right with me staying for some food?
What are you guys doing? What are you guys
No, wait.
doing?
I was saying for the play. I wasn't inviting him for the food, but we can invite him for
Oh,
the food.
but he said he was hungry. We have. food.
Well, I'll change into my doublet and I'll be up double time.
You know,
All right.
he betrayed me and Pando and made it so he got off while we were
He
stuck in
scurries
those
down.
barrels.
He's not hearing this conversation.
I thought he just tried to claim our victory, but then we didn't. I didn't think he put you and Pando in the barrels.
Essentially, yeah, I did. Well, you don't know. It seemed like he was conspiring with the goblins.
Yeah.
Destroyed his ship.
Well,
And
they
we
have
got
it?
in barrels, and he didn't. He got away without anything.
I thought he was in a barrel.
His whole crew died.
Well, then I have an idea. While we have him in this room alone, eating our food, why don't we make him tell us what he knows about the goblins?
That's a great idea.
Mm.
Or we could poison the food.
As you say that,
Frank.
the food arrives. Bumbleduke comes in with the food, starts to lay it out with a couple of servants, and everything you requested is there. Everything that you need is there.
Bumbleduke?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Bumbleduke? Sir Bumble.
Bumbleduke Fine Whisker. That's
Oh, okay, Mr. Fine Whisker. Your whiskers are very fine.
thank you.
Okay, so 2 things.
Mm.
One, there are more snakes. Would you help us with the snakes? You're amazing. 2, we're trying to make sure that we get to the play in the art landscape on time. Could you just give us a little signal when it's time for us to leave to go to the play?
Certainly. Yes, I believe the activities in the arts district start in roughly an hour or so. There's plenty of time to eat and get cleaned up on your way down.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And as you guys start to eat, the door kind of tentatively opens, and you see the blonde hair and goateed man now wearing a fine doublet. Said, "I didn't have anything really different that usually if I was going out on the town to watch a performance, I would wear something much more fine and to dine with fellas. Are you sure this is all right that I join you?"
I mean, we didn't really order a lot, but you can make a little plate for yourself.
"Oh, that would be very kind of you." And he walks in and he situates himself kind of. As soon as you say it's okay, he kind of takes a little bit too many liberties. Like he just sits a little too comfortably, like a little too takes things from people a little bit too much and just looks good and that sort of things. He's just a little too comfortable. It's a little disconcerting.
Just make yourself at home.
If you could just save me some salmon, that would be great.
Of course. There's about a third of it left on the plate.
Okay, so maybe stop and maybe cut what you have of the salmon in half and put half of it back so that you didn't take 2.
Thanks, Lauren. Thank you.
So Arnold, can I call you Arnold?
Of course.
I'm confused.
Sure.
Thought you said that you weren't friends with the goblins. Were you friends with the goblins?
Of course not. They put me in a barrel.
He did put you in a barrel.
Yes.
How did you get
Threw me
out?
out to sea. I almost drowned in a cylinder.
They put you in a barrel and threw you in the sea?
That's true, yes.
That seems unlikely. They put us in a barrel, they're going to turn us into... Why would they put you in a barrel? Why didn't they just kill you then?
I don't know. I assume that they had other plans. Perhaps I rolled out to sea. I couldn't hear very well through my oaken chamber, but I was dropped in the ocean and I washed ashore, dazed, concerned, confused. I spun that tale that you heard me telling in the tavern just to see if these fine fellows might give me credit. Of course, I apologize for that. These nachos are delicious, by the way.
You're not telling us the whole story. Yeah, knocking those nachos out of your hand.
God, Zep!
I'm going to cast something.
Okay.
I cast Zone of Truth, centered around the table. So there's a 15-foot radius.
Can you do that?
What?
It's a second level enchantment. Can I do that? Or do I not have second level yet? Am I still first only?
Technically, you guys haven't slept, but it's been a while. I'm going to allow it because this will be fun. You have second level spell, and that was a spell you chose?
Yeah, I had chosen it earlier.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. This would include everyone in it right now. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts it there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on the saving throw. Everyone is aware that this is happening and can thus avoid answering questions. You can basically obfuscate your answers there if you want to. They can be evasive as long as it's in the boundaries of truth. So I need everyone to roll a charisma saving throw against Nate's DC, which he'll tell us what
Natural one.
Yeah.
Truth for days.
My DC would be located where on my sheet?
It should be in your spells category.
Yeah, my save DC is 14.
14. So you have to roll a 14 or higher to succeed.
I got a natural 20.
So Zep, you have succeeded. Arnold got a natural 1 as well and has failed.
I got a 23, so I can still lie.
And sorry, this is what do we have?
Charisma. You're going to add your charisma saving throw modifier.
Oh, okay. I got 8 total.
Ooh, I got 18.
Okay, so Pando, Vlarin, and Arnold are incapable of lying.
So I've cast Zone of Truth here, Arnold, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that any evading of answering any questions is 1,000% by any of us going to be taken as you lying or confirming our worst thoughts about the possible question. So why don't you go ahead and answer Zep's questions?
Well, I don't feel great that he knocked the nacho out of my hand. In fact, that was an understatement. It irritated me.
Go ahead and eat some nachos. Pick them up off the floor, though. I mean, this is a clean room. They cleaned it before we got in here.
Yeah, eat it off the floor.
Yeah.
While you all do this, I'm gonna go take a schwitz real quick in the sauna room.
Take a schwitz?
A schwitz, it means a sweat in Yiddish.
I know Yiddish. You're gonna take a sweat?
Yeah, in the sauna room. There's a bathhouse over here.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
don't.
you do a
don't wanna
schwitz.
hear the truth.
Huh? I'll be back. I'm just gonna. I cast the Zone of Truth. It's right there. It stays there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm confused.
I'm high. So I'm gonna go get. While I've got this going, and you all are gonna be doing something, I'm gonna hop in the bath. You all figure it out and tell me.
So, like,
So you could tell them Hallsteyer who's unable to lie if you wanted to set up some shenanigans.
Okay, yeah. Arnold can't lie. Valerian can't lie. Pando can't lie. Cash and I can lie though. All right. See y'all.
Now tell us what really happened on the boat, Arnold.
yeah, what's your deal, man?
What happened?
Well, much of it you know. There was a goblin insurrection. I was put in a barrel. You were put in a barrel.
Did you know the goblins beforehand?
I'm sorry?
Did you know the goblins beforehand?
I knew that there might be goblins in the area, yes.
Did you know them personally?
I had met one.
Yeah, what were their names?
Then you see, the funny thing about goblins.
What were their names?
I met one goblin.
And what was his name?
His name was Grib, I believe, was his name.
Aha!
How well did you know Grib? Huh?
Well, how well do we know anyone? Really is the question. So many faces pass by us.
How many times
this.
did you talk to him? And probably how many words?
Who counts these things? How many words one speaks to another?
How many were there? Just
how many
give me
words have we shared together?
Estimate.
182.
Maybe that's the number.
More than 1 million?
I don't count words when I speak, Zep. I let them flow freely like the breeze.
How many
on my
times
sail.
did you meet him?
Well, it's again, who counts? How many times have we met?
More
Zep?
than once? Did you
I-
meet him more than once?
It's probably more than once.
Did you
More
know
than
he was
twice?
making puppets?
I'm sorry.
Did you know he was making puppets?
Puppets. I like puppets. Puppets are nice. I remember seeing a puppet show when I was a boy.
Did you and Grib talk about puppets?
I talk about puppets with whoever wants to talk about puppets. I enjoy them. What a delight. Zep, you're a prankster. You're a fan of the arts. You enjoy.
Where's that evil guy? What's his name again? I don't remember.
The Plunder King.
Yeah.
Fairy tales. Scary stuff.
Where is he?
Why? Where's the Plunder King? How would someone like me know that? Zep,
You tell me.
I'm sorry?
You tell me.
Zep, I would assume that the Plunder King, the rational assumption for anyone to make is that the Plunder King is just a fairy tale.
You, what do you know? You.
What do I know about the Plunder King? He's a pirate.
Did he actually
know
put
where
him in
he
the
is?
water?
I'm sorry, two people asked a question at once.
When you were in the barrel, did they really throw you out to sea?
It's hard to tell when you've been in barrels, it's so dark. Who can tell?
Zep and I wrote an entire screenplay while we were in those barrels. It wasn't that bad.
Well,
Wait, question. Do you know where the Plunder King is?
he shows up in storybooks for sure.
No, yes or no?
Yes, a couple of storybooks that I might have read have the Plunder King in them.
He knows where he is.
Here's the deal, Arnold. My boat is the way that you are getting off this island. This island that doesn't like you. This island that turned on you. This island that threw you out to sea. I'm not worried about stories. I have also the stories, but do you know where the actual King of Plunder is?
Again, who could know these things? Why would this?
That's not what I asked.
Why would this concern
Very
me?
confused.
I
I just
don't-
need yes or no.
I don't know.
Why are you so evasive? Are you scared?
I'm hungry. This is a lovely meal.
Are you evasive because you're hungry?
I pop out of the bathroom with my crossbow and shoot a bolt onto the table right in front of Arnold.
Why do you take that in the bathroom? It could
'Cause I
rust in
want
the
to-
sauna.
I wanted to prank you.
Oh yeah, that's Hallstein.
Roll an intimidation check, Hallstein.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. I may be able to do this. 17.
Well, usually when the strings start singing and the bolts start flying, it's time to take my leave. I'll just grab my plate. I'll be down the hall. This has been
Valerian, grab him.
What's that? He does not say this has been lovely. He says this has been, and gets up.
Sure. If Paulstar tells me to grab him, I'll grab him.
Roll a grapple check.
Ooh. 8.
He does not resist. So, okay. I'll leave the plate. I'll leave the plate. It's not a problem.
All right. I point the crossbow directly at him and I go, okay, yes or no answers now. Do you know the Plunder King personally?
Have you thought this through? What will they do to me? What will they do to you? If they find my body, my blood in this, you'll be captured, tortured, tormented, put in jail. You can't murder a man in the middle
I
of
shoot
an
a crossbow between his legs.
inn.
I go, that was not a yes or no answer. String it back up.
What are you talking about? We're gonna throw you in the sea with like stones taped to you. You're not gonna. Nobody's gonna see you again. What are you
Zep,
talking
that's
about?
dark. You've changed.
Yeah, I'm very. You pushed my buttons. I'm usually a very friendly person, but something about you makes me very angry.
You're going to tell me right now, where is the Plunder King? And I move forward to the point that the crossbow could not possibly miss, going right between his eyes.
Whoa.
I don't know where the Plunder King is.
All right. Thank you very much for your honesty. Anybody else have any questions? I just wanted to get that one cleared up. Do you guys want to make sure he didn't betray you?
Oh yeah, did you betray us?
What is betrayal among
That's not a yes or no answer.
Though it shames me to say, I'm a man of weaknesses. I saw an opportunity, but the plan was already in motion, Zep. I didn't know that we would be such fast and wonderful friends. Pando, you were wonderful people. I thought that if I would just bring people and get paid to this project, then I would live, you would live. Grib made it sound like things would be good, but then I met you and I didn't want you to be put into a barrel or turned into a puppet. It was all crazy. It was different. It was, you understand. We are.
I
So
really don't.
yeah, here's the thing. That's a very long way of saying yes. So you've betrayed us, or you betrayed our friends. You sold them to goblins, and you tried to then take credit for defeating the goblins.
And you took way too much food, bro.
Yeah, you're 4 strikes. That's, and if there were a game that involved having 3 strikes, he would be 1 strike over.
That game does not exist.
No.
I don't understand
So
this.
Adam Sandler exists in this world, but baseball doesn't. All right.
Listen, there are a lot of things in this world that you've never seen. Anyway, here's the deal.
Listen, I understand that we got off on the wrong foot. I understand that perhaps, Valerian, you wouldn't want someone of my questionable character sailing the sea with you in the future, and these are things that I can accept. I understand, too, that the invitation to go to the theater is off of the table. I will leave my food. I will take my leave. Good night. I apologize.
Don't let him go, Valerian. So
Bugs.
the I think what we need to really settle here is how were you in contact with the goblins? How did Grib approach you? How did all of this go down? Because we need to find a contact for this. We need to be able to get a hold of more goblins.
I was coming through port here, and I was beckoned by a dark figure in a tiny cloak. He came over, he explained that there was a need for human cargo. I understand that in some ports of the world this is seen as unseemly, and to be honest, and I must, this is not usually a trade that I engage in. But you know how it is when your debts must be paid.
I would love an exact number of how many times you have trafficked people or sold them into slavery.
This was the one time.
Okay. All right, cool. Just double checking.
I had debts. Ships aren't cheap. Labor on a ship is not cheap. I might like to gamble.
That adds up.
So you're addicted to gambling.
I can't. I suppose I am. I can't lie.
You sold
That's
people
a big
into
step
slavery.
for me. I
First
think
step.
I'm addicted to gambling.
Hey, you're in the zone of truth, buddy. That's good.
Admitting it is the first and most important step.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I'm glad you put down the crossbow enough to applaud me. That was
Thumb it
you're
back.
all right. I mean this, Zep and Pando. I immediately started to regret these issues. Once I thought the deal was done, I thought, what other harm would there be? I mean, usually I charm people in inns for money. It was just an extension of my usual ways.
Hey, so Arnold, I think we need to all have a convo here together, figure some stuff out. Why don't we go ahead and tie you to the chair just for now?
I
and
could just go to my room.
You're gonna run if you go to your room. So we're gonna tie you to the chair here, put a little gag on you, and then we're gonna go to the theater.
We are we are in the zone of truth still. I will not.
He is in the zone of truth, everyone.
I
You will not wait. You will not what?
I will not run.
Okay.
You know,
Holster really loves tying up people and gagging them, though. Like, you should let him have this.
I don't know what it is. There's something about this guy that I think he's just out of control. I think he lost control of his life and he made some bad decisions. I think I want to talk to you guys about this. So yeah, Arnold, why don't you go do some reading or something?
Before he goes, so I'm assuming I have him from behind. I'm going to turn him around, face me, and just big hug squeeze. That's probably a little bit too hard.
Ha! Ha! And he leaves the room, kind of like trying to be dignified, but as soon as the door closed, you hear like a thump, 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 like down the stairs, like he like runs to his room.
He ran. Well, feels like that was a violation of. Anyway, you guys want to go to the theater, or we need to eat more?
I gotta say, I went in pretty angry, but I feel a little freaked out right now. Things got very heavy, very fast. I'm starting to kill him. I don't feel good about that.
Well,
I do need to know whether or not we're going to let him on the ship. Otherwise, I need to return his 35 silver.
I was gonna say that, guys. I think we should give him another chance. I think he might sell us out at some point, but I think he also might turn out to be a good guy, and we should, I don't know, offer the opportunity.
I'm nervous. I mean, addiction is a hard thing to overcome, and if he relapses on the high seas with just us there, I don't
Who will
know.
we gamble with if it's just us?
Yeah, there's only so much to gamble.
Our lives? Our
Well,
future?
I didn't think about that.
I do feel a little nervous about. None of us are licensed therapists, or I don't know. I don't want to speak for you guys, but I don't have any mental health training at all.
Just a reminder, Pando and Valerian, you guys cannot lie through any of this. So everything you said, just make sure it's very literally truthful. Keep going.
Did I lie?
No, I'm just, as a
Yeah.
reminder, just making sure
Oh,
we're
okay.
keeping those conditions. Yep.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. If I don't, do the halflings have the therapists with the licenses? Because if they don't, leaving him here might not be good for the halflings.
Well, how about we go see this play and make up our minds when we come back? Maybe we'll talk to him tomorrow if he's still around. Who knows? He could boat away.
It kind of reminds me of when I was lost, the year I chopped down a tree.
Ooh.
Oh, Pando.
What?
What? When did this happen?
I remember that Virgin Mary I was telling you about?
Yeah, the one whose business you keep putting out there for no reason.
God, I mean, when you're in the grips of love, you do wild things. You do wild things, and I feel like I just have to be open with you all about that, because that moment doesn't define me, but it's something I did, and I feel like maybe this guy's the same way. You know, maybe that shouldn't define him. It's just something he did.
Valerian?
I don't wear deodorant.
What?
Uh,
That's equally as shocking to me.
I noticed that, Blaine.
I like the fishy smell. It reminds me of home. I know some other people don't, but
no, you gotta smell like how you want to smell.
Blaine, you're
I think
so
deodorant is
beautiful. And then you lift up those arms, and it's like a sea of aroma.
it's like a sea.
Let's see.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the spell on me, but I don't know. Pass. Somebody else go. I don't have a confession.
This is just like in the Breakfast Club. You'll come back and confess something eventually to us.
All right, let me think about it.
Pando, what kind of tree was it?
Well, you want to know why I'm eating this salmon right now?
I do.
It's a white fish from the ocean, but sure.
It's just salmon, mentally. Salmon is actually a regenerative fish in forested lands because they get cast out into the forests in Canada by bears, and they help with the soil and they help grow trees. And I've been spending all of my life trying to regrow this tree that I cut down in any way that I can. And that's why I'm pretty into this salmon diet, because I think maybe somewhere, somehow, this carcass will end up in a forest and it'll fuel the soil that'll grow the tree that I cut down.
To be clear,
So
This is
many
not a
words I don't understand.
I know it's not a salmon, but it isn't here.
You
Canada?
don't, unbeknownst to you, someone, Nate Hallsteyer, has failed in your zone of truth.
someone has failed in my zone
Someone
of truth.
new has entered it, and someone has
Oh.
failed.
I was like, I really don't wear deodorant.
Hold on a second. Somebody is in the 15-foot radius. Somebody's within 15 feet of this.
Dumbledore, are you here?
And you do hear kind of creeping behind a door. Yes, I apologize. I was just checking in to hear if you needed anything.
Is it time to go see the play yet?
No, you have exactly 32 more minutes.
Hey, you're on the up and up, right?
Yes.
Cool. That's great. I just want to double check. Hey, Bumbleduke, say that someone had a problem like gambling. Well, I really just went to it. I was going to give an example that wasn't gambling.
Do you have a gambling problem?
No,
Qualified?
I don't. But if they then sold two people into human slavery
Oh,
to help pay for those debts, but
Yeah.
they admitted it later and felt bad about it,
mhm.
do you think that that's enough ground to forgive them and maybe give them a second chance?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I think that slavery is a despicable trade, although some of my compatriots would find that it's fine in this area. I look down on it. It disgusts me to have to serve people who have their own servants and slaves when they come inside this fine establishment. I've been asking our proprietor to take a stance on it. But sorry. No,
You know what, Bumbleduke, you're right. You're 1,000% right.
I'm sorry. It's not my place that I should be giving opinions. My apologies, and I will leave you.
No, we asked and you gave. Thank you very much. Here. And I take out a piece of gold and flip it to him.
Thank
Hey,
you,
good
Kaji.
job on this food, man. Good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he steps out of the room.
Thank you for the salmon.
Yeah. We should probably head to the play as soon as Valerian gets out of the bathroom.
I feel closer to you all.
Yeah, I think it's been a moment of growth.
Mhm.
Also, we figured out what happened to you guys. We figured out what went down on that ship for the most part.
Mhm.
Pretty dark.
It was pretty dark. Now that you say that. All right. Well,
Hold on to that emotion you're feeling right now, because we'll channel that into the screenplay.
all right. Zone of Truth's
Feels
over.
bad, Pando. Feels bad though.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, guys. If you want to just do, you can do character stuff or just talk to each other, whatever, and then we'll start moving towards getting ready for the play.
I will also be right back.
Can I send Bumbleduke to bring us dessert?
Yeah, he was just in while you were away, so I would say that you could have requested that, and he'll bring some. Yep.
Blaren, I thought that was code you asking Danny to come bring you dessert.
Oh, no, that would have been awesome.
He's getting up, yeah.
I'm way closer to the dessert providing area in the house. That would be, you would like see him go behind.
I have no concept for where you are. Are you in? Who is one of you in a basement?
Danny is in the basement.
Okay, you're in a first floor.
Yeah, like in the living room, which
Okay.
is the kitchen.
Where's the front of your house?
There.
Okay.
And if you're looking at Danny's screw, well, so Danny is the like windows with the drapes are the back of the house.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So he and I are facing opposite walls.
Got it.
That's
Ah,
how used to these views I am. Like I've seen your basement, I feel like 100 times now for the past.
Yeah.
each time it gets better.
In fun fact, the
Spider.
plant that's there is not ours. My brother moved and my sister wants the plant. But because of the situation, my sister lives in New York and my brother was moving out of Maryland. So we now just have this plant for an indeterminate amount of time. My
Oh.
sister can come claim it, which it's like obviously is not a problem, but it's just funny that that giant plant isn't even ours. Just, you know, in charge of trying not to kill it. We
Not
look for things. We just
Huge.
discussed our house.
Yeah, it is huge.
Yeah.
Is that a peace lily?
Yeah. Which is funny because we have our own up. I'll bring the
I like peace lilies.
upstairs peace lily that we own. Hey, internet.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
That one's big. I love them. Their flowers look plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're all real. Nobody's got time to dust plastic plants, please.
No.
Eh,
There's Suri Bob.
Did we establish that Scott was eating macaroni during this? No, okay.
He's actually eating white rice.
It
Wait.
was rice, yeah. That would have been fun though,
Imagine.
right?
Imagined it was macaroni.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I should have said. You guys all imagine. I'm eating whatever you imagine I'm eating.
So many things.
Yeah.
That Chicago rice, you know?
Yeah, the cheapest but the best.
Mm-hmm.
Were you? Do you say you were moving this weekend or this past weekend, Sheila?
Reminder,
Or you
we
were
are
helping
on
your
the
sister?
internet, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. You can say these things. Just I would keep it non-specific.
Oh,
My sister
sorry.
moved to Hamden. I did almost give the address. My sister moved to Hamden, which is very exciting. She's been in DC for 6 years, and I've been on her. I'm like, go to Baltimore. It's better. And she finally did, and it's like a beautiful house. So I helped her move here, and it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, the move went well.
Yeah, it was like very easy. We're almost unpacked. I kind of feel like their adopted child right now. I don't know. My work keeps being like, we're working on a plan to get you guys back to the office, but I just like don't see it happening for a while. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like it's kind of thing where they're gonna like send up 2 people in the elevator at once to the 12. Like it's just gonna every part of it won't work. So
Yeah, my school keeps saying that they're gonna have some partial people on campus stuff on in the fall. It's like I don't see how that can happen at this point.
Yeah.
yeah.
In Chicago. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, my friend Olivia works at Loyola University, and they're trying to do like they're planning on having the students at the dorm, and they're going to make them like one-way hallways and all this like crazy shit, which I kind of admire that they're trying to like help kids get to school still, but it just seems a little tough.
Everybody I've talked to who lives or who works in the university system said like if they don't, they're all gonna fail. Like they don't have the money to operate. So like that's yeah. Anyway, let's escape back into a fantasy world.
I think even suggesting that we like hug, I felt so uncomfortable because of COVID. I was like, should we not do this right now? It seems wrong.
I noticed a couple of people looked like they were like, "Oh, are we hugging?"
What?
I forget how.
I forget how.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this or like yeah.
I'm also before I go back into character, that is definitely the coolest thing I think I've done in D&D is pop out of a bathroom and threaten somebody with a crossbow until they told me the truth.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of, we'll say some time has passed. You guys have had a chance to kind of like clean up after dinner. Dessert is served and such, and it would be about time that you want to start moving your way down to the.
When we get cleaned up, can I would like to spend a little extra time looking a little extra gorgeous. Secretly in my heart of hearts, I'm a little jealous that I don't remember the person's name, was more interested in the elves than she was in me. I'm not going to say anything about it, but I just want to look really extra good.
Her name was Ryan, I believe, is the name.
That's right.
Yeah. Great. So you guys set yourselves all up. Is there anything else that you want to do in the tavern, or would you like to make your way towards the art district?
I want to be wearing like a comical amount of elf related garb. Like I'm overdoing it because I want to feel that connection to the stage, and I want people to know that like that I'm an elf, and that's who they're talking about.
Great.
And I'm still high, so I've thrown on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I have my
with
purple.
snacks.
I just have my purple cloak on, my usual outfit.
Got it. Those of you who are wearing armor and such, are you wearing armor to this event?
I wear armor.
You would just be on your way out. I think actually anybody who wears leather armor, it would be like fine enough to put it on, but if you're just around town, it's not typical. It's just something I would want to know in case you decide to like punch a guard in the face. Not that I'm planning. This is not a trap, is what I'm trying to say.
I do have it on because even I know partying can get dangerous.
Great. So I would say in general, if when you go out in towns and things like that, just specify to me if you are not or are wearing armor. And sometimes if you go to like fancy events, you would be wearing like finery and that, those sorts of things. So just things to consider. So you go down, you leave, and you make your way through the streets. They're all lit with lanterns, and some of them are like kind of a nice burning lantern. You notice that some of the lanterns are actually like little firefly type creatures that are posted inside, and you make your way through the streets back towards that. It's dark, not a lot of people are out. You do make sure to like kind of stay to the well lit streets, just general street smart stuffs. But you get down to the art district, and it's very well lit. There's almost just like kind of paper lanterns all around. The area that you were before, the kind of town square area, and the kiosks have all been shut down, but the stools from all of the kiosks have kind of been donated to make like a little bit of a half ring of a spot there. Not a lot of like, it's not super crowded. There are a fair amount of people there, but you're able to get seats kind of right in the middle because like there's pockets of people around. I mean, it's like a weeknight. This is like a student showcase. This is like not that big of a deal. There are like some partitioned off spots there, and you settle down, and it feels like you see kind of some of them like peek their head out and things like that. You feel like the show will be starting in a few minutes as you sit. Anything to do? We can just start the show if you prefer.
Are there any concessions?
I would say, yeah, there's like off to the table, there's someone that would be selling like merch and maybe like little pies and stuff.
I want to get a little pie.
Yeah. It would be like a copper piece. It's not a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
And they do ask for a suggested donation, like anything you want to give to the performers.
I want to get 3 little pies.
Okay.
Great.
I feel a little guilty about pushing around Arnold, so I'm gonna put in like I don't know what would be like a good what is the suggested donation?
Oh, I mean, like for student actors, like a handful of silver would be something like I would say these guys could eat for a week on like a gold or 2. Yeah.
I'll put in like a gold then.
The guy who like looks at it is like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's like a little young. He's like kind of shorter than a lot of the ones that you've seen. Like he almost just like doesn't have a neck and is very scruffy, and like his hair's kind of pucked out. He's like, "You're gonna love the show. These guys are great."
Oh yeah, I will. You're very welcome. I hope you have a great night too.
Oh, thank you. You do enjoy it. It's really I help with the tech here. I've been watching them for a while now. I mean, top of the line. They're young, but watch out. Am I right?
Wow. Really, me and my partner we're thinking about staging something real big.
Wow.
We got our eye on it.
Oh my! Are you guys scouts?
Well,
Of sorts.
That's incredible. Well, please enjoy anything we can get you. I'd be happy to.
I'm good now. I got a pie. I feel good.
Great. As you guys leave, he like flags down someone else to like watch the table for a second and like darts backstage. So
There's so many imaginary hopes tonight.
So the show starts to begin. The lights kind of dim. Some lights turn in, and a rather like older female, very like tight bun hair, red hair, full like black turtleneck, very like pursed lips, like kind of severe features, walks out. And she again older, definitely an aged halfling, kind of stops as the crowd hushes. Says, "Thank you very much for coming tonight. These students are currently working on these pieces. This will not be their final showcase, but this is a chance for their art to be judged by the public, which is so important in an actor's development. We will begin, as we begin all of our productions, with an invocation to the muses and the goddess of creation herself, Calliope. Actors!" And they file behind her, and they all kind of like reach up to the sky. "You are welcome to join us all if you wish." And it's just you guys, and then like a guy kind of like half falling asleep in the back corner away from you, and then like maybe like to the right and behind you like a couple of friends, but they're like talking, they're not really even paying attention, and like two other people like just full on making out in the far corner of the audience.
I would like to jump up and attempt to follow along whatever is happening.
Okay, you do. You raise your hands. "Goddess, who rolled this island from your very heart, so that we may be raised, and we may raise our art to you. We present our life, our creation. Everything we breathe, we inspire, is inspired by you. Goddess, shine your muses upon us. Speak to us, so that we may speak life where once none was."
You guys, that couple's totally making out.
The woman kind of takes a seat where she can watch, but away, not with the audience. And
I
Ryan,
want to stand up just a little bit too long and then like make a lot of noise sitting down. Thanks.
love it. And you're all sitting on like log stools, as like it's just like like fine wooden stools, like just on. Reminder: this is like kind of planks. These are kind of like a dock, and there's like kiosks and stuff around there. You're just kind of in the center of that. You can hear like crickets in the background and like dung dung dung. Like there's very loud dock noises. Like it's hard to be transported in this particular area. And Ryan, the halfling that you recognize, comes out with another halfling that you don't recognize. Very attractive, kind of like cut jaw, jet black hair sweeped to the side. Both of them are wearing elf ears and then like rehearsal blacks, essentially, with like weird little elvish details on that. Ryan actually kind of like makes eye contact with you for a second and like smiles for a second, but like represses it. They set up 2 stools on top of each other in one particular area, and then they both speak. And Ryan says, "My name is Ryan Fairfoot, and I will be presenting the role of." Let me check my notes. Tay Rydell in a scene from Deva Sorcresian's Acheon's Reclaimer. And the actor next to her says, "I'm Brent Lightwing. I'll be presenting Hardtalk from Acheon's Reclaimer. Thank you." And they both bow, and then he goes and kind of like passes out next to the 2 stools there and puts his hand over his head. And then Ryan comes down stage center and kneels and takes a moment. And then breathes very deeply in. And speaks. Oh, I'm sorry. Before they do that, they would have said this. I forgot to give you this intro. In this scene, Tay Rydell tries to convince a brutish wood elf Savish to convert away from chaos and to the orders and systems of Acheon. And this will be the scene there. Can I have Pando and Kashanon roll history checks?
Mm-hmm.
Just as a heads up, Acheon is the continent, Kashanon, that you would come from. It is led by the High Elves. It is the most developed world and like very order, very strict, those sorts of things. Pando, you're from Zebria, which is the kind of yet to be colonized by the High Elves area of just kind of like wilderness and tribal living.
This is sad. I got 5 on history.
Okay.
I got 13.
Nothing sounds too familiar to you yet.
I got 13.
Okay, Kashanon, you read this play. The playwright Deva Sorkresian is a female playwright. Over her hundreds of years of life, she wrote so many plays. And this is one that you had to read for high school, and you kind of like your way through it. But Tay Rydell is a historical figure that you definitely know something about, and she's known as a reclaimer of Acheon because she does successfully convert some of the Wood Elves to the systems of the world, and this is a telling of one of her exploits.
Shit.
So Ryan heads down, breathes up. Torm! My guiding compass. My thoughts are as scattered as the tufts of the wild dandelion in the untamed meadow. When my captive awakes, what shall I say to this brute? In form he looks so incredibly like me, more than I would have ever believed before meeting him. I expected him to be knotted and bent like the beasts of the wood, and yet, if this man were to walk past me in the great city of Aldergate, beneath the scales of your great monument Torm, I would think him to be one of your greatest followers. Torm, take the wayward seeds of my mind and plant them, row by row, into the farm of ordered thoughts. Let not my mind be ripped into the forest of chaos.
Better than when I read it.
Brent, you see, kind of moves. Ugh. Ugh. These binds. My spirit rages like the Minotaur to be free, but my limbs remain entwined in the labyrinth of this enchanted rope. He awakes. Oh, may I harvest the fruit of a well-kept mind. Unleash me, you heartless fool. I will not be bound as the hare in the snare. We bind the hare so that he may nourish us. Were the hare to be tamed, however, he could live freely until called to serve. Until called to die? Illusory freedom is all you speak. Pah! A call we all must face one day. Why balk against the bridles of our existence? Why constantly cut your way through the ever-grown forest when a beaten path can tame the wild? More illusory freedom, daughter of Acheon. Your paths, your cities, your boats, All these tools you use to tame the wild are fool's errands. Wilderness waits. When you tire of your upkeep, she will overtake. She will not be beaten back. So allow her to shape you. Hark! This silver-tongued druid seems to speak true. Hartok of Zebria. Perhaps he is not the evil one I was led to believe. No, he is evil. Order, progress. Hold your wayward tongue. We were forged by the four gods to tend this land. Is it not true that the tilled fields yield more fruit than the wild forest? The great life forms of this world would live longer in the shelters we build for them. You would not have us live as insects do, frantically spawning to ensure our descendants outlive the overgrowth. Logic! Reason! Oh, foolhardy pursuits! Give me vines and give me fruit. Oh, great Torm, though his path be a hard one to pave, I shall do so in your name. Hartok will be reclaimed as your child. Thank you. Thank you. They take their stools off.
Yeah, Brad.
Go,
Can we pause and like metagame for a second? Danny just wrote a whole.
That was
And that was amazing.
that was poetic.
That was so good,
Oh my
Danny.
god.
Yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
sorry, you can go back into the game, but holy cow, Danny.
I love
That's wonderful.
This is amazing.
Yay, Brett and Ryan.
The,
Cashanon, what was
the-
the play about?
What's that?
Yeah, Cashanon, I didn't understand. What happened in this play?
I just kind of like meh through it. It's just like a big thing that's been passed down, and it's about, I don't know, like it's just like spawning more elves. I'm sorry, I don't.
All I know is that Bread is a star. I love that guy.
Do I talk like that? Like, is that how I talk?
No.
I don't think so.
Norm.
Do I talk like that?
No, nobody in our group. I feel like I'm the closest to talking like that.
Oh, you wish.
Okay, I'm confused, but good job, everybody.
Good job, Bread.
The rest of the performances that you see are not nearly well as written out. They are like, some of them are like actually kind of like juggling, and like some of them are dances, and it's all just kind of like shitty. And you notice that they're all kind of like watching you. Like sometimes they'll like look over to you furtively to like get your approval and things of that nature. But eventually you guys at some point, actually, can everybody roll wisdom saving throws?
Saving throws?
Ooh, natural 20.
Wisdom saving throws.
Hallsdyer at disadvantage.
Mine is 14.
3. It's just so
13.
oof.
I got 12.
12. Okay. Everybody who rolled higher than 10 is like, okay, we'll wait this out. We told Ryan we would be here, and we'll see her after the show, and like, whatever the fuck this is, we'll watch it. Cashanon, you are like, fuck no. Like, by like the second one of these things, you are absolutely done. Hallsdyer, did you roll at disadvantage?
Actually, no. Let me do that again.
Okay.
I got a 4.
So you two, for a mixture of you being a very accomplished and practiced artist, and also being a little high. At some point, like Cashinon, you're just like high, and you're just like, this is bad, and I want to like every like firefly that goes by, you just like are distracted by, like to the point where you like are starting to like go like like loudly at points. And Halsdyer, you are like actively getting mad that this teacher is taking some of these people's money, because it is like, what the fuck are they teaching them? Like, you're getting like, you know the feeling. So that's where you guys are as the show develops. You can decide how to role play that as you feel.
Hey, Cashinon.
Yeah.
Cashinon. Do you want to bail?
Yes.
All right.
Those
Yeah.
people stopped making out. That was the only thing keeping me here.
Well, that first scene was good. There was a lot of investment in that, and I love Brad. I love that guy.
You've said
I think
that like
was his name.
87 times, man. I know.
He was so funny.
Are you guys talking about bread?
Yeah.
He is.
What? Do you have any?
No, the guy, Brad.
His name is Bread?
I think so. I don't know. I think I missed it.
That's what we heard. What? How are you not pulling your hair out? That sucks.
It's like a kid show. Like it's just teenagers. Like you gotta just tolerate it.
They're
You
staring
notice
at
that a ball rolls over to you from the kid who's tried to juggle, and he like frantically goes and picks it up next to you.
I
He
grab it
has
and throw it
heard
back.
what you're saying.
Can I be just like very into this? Like
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
not fail the saving throw.
here you go.
These are not my children, so I don't.
Someone needs to tell these kids they need to pick a new path.
So let's
Let's go.
go. All right. You wanna go see if there's anything happening at the bars?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Anywhere. Fucking the bathhouse. I don't care.
All right, guys, we'll see you at the tavern, okay?
All
This
right.
is very rude, but okay.
Hey, tell them we didn't feel well, all right?
You know I'm not a good liar. My accent's gonna go crazy.
It's like a prank. It's like a prank.
I
Prank
know.
On manners.
I know that.
We're being even ruder by continuing this conversation. Let's go.
You don't need to talk and juggle. It's fine.
Even if you passed the saving throw, if you would like to go with Hallsire and Cash, like nothing's stopping you from doing that.
Pando, I think this is okay. I just keep wondering if any of them could do this if they were in a barrel.
I was wondering the same thing. Like the voice projection was good, but it's different when you're walled in by the remnants of a tree. It's like a different type of sound you have to project. I don't know. And if we incorporate macaroni, which I know you and I decided we
I
do.
can't hear them.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Cash and Valerian says that it's a dance. No one's talking.
I need to hear the steps.
I mean, there's music being played, but yeah.
I can't focus. Like there's symbolism, but I can't figure it out. The movements, it's supposed to be something, but I don't understand it. Cashinon's not here to explain it to me.
Okay, we have we're closing in on 10 o'clock. So what I'd like to do is get you guys to sleep tonight. So
We need it.
we're just gonna split real quick, and it shouldn't take more than like 10-15 minutes at most, just to kind of like wrap up these loose ends of what you guys want to do with the rest of your night. We're gonna hop over to Cachinon and Halsdyer first, and then we'll come back to you guys to wrap up what's happening at the play here. Halsdyer and Cachinon, it's pretty easy for you. Like, you can hear it kind of in the background of this, of like, and like people like cheering and things. And you make your way over to, the Wayfarer's Welcome has a bar, but it's more of like an upper establishment. You get the sense that there are like seedier places kind of near the art district that would be where you would just go to get blasted or find some fun for the evening in the form of like a brothel or entertainment or those sorts of things. So you are propositioned by a few members of many different races, of mainly halflings, all types of gender, but that you are walking by as you go. But you can decide what you want to do: hop into a bar, hop into a bed, whatever you decide.
I feel like going to a brothel would feel like me going into work, because it's usually where I end up playing most of my music. So, do you mind if we don't go to a brothel, Cashinon?
You know, like I mentioned earlier, I haven't had that experience. And the one hand, I was like, yeah, maybe tonight. But honestly, after seeing that ridiculous stuff they call art just now, not feeling my most sexiest self. So no.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that first part was great. A lot of investment in there. I liked that they just cast two people who had entirely different styles of performance. It was insane. It was the most incongruous thing I've ever seen in my life. I loved it. But yeah, the juggling. I don't like juggling. You know why? Because I worry the whole time. It's just me worrying. It's a series of me going, I hope that doesn't fall. That's all I think when I'm watching juggling. I can't even enjoy it. It's like watching. Do you ever watch figure skaters like on ice? Like
when they do those triple sow cows, my heart stops.
Yeah, and when they do those, when they try to act out various plays or like stories, like they'll do touring companies where they do figure skating on ice, things like that, or various stories on ice. The entire time, I'm just thinking, oh, what if one of them falls? It'd be so embarrassing.
Halsdire, do you feel that way about life? Like you're constantly juggling and trying not to fall every day, especially when you have different names on different islands, and it's just like really stressful to think that you might drop a ball?
I think that's why I don't think about the balls. I think that's why I just tend to go with the flow, is because if I tried to do any organization, I probably wouldn't do that well at it.
Hey, can you guys like take just 2 steps to the right or something like that? If you're not gonna pay for a night, then this is my corner. What the fuck are you doing?
No, I'm very sorry. I didn't know you were working. Let's go to a seedy bar just for one drink.
All right, one drink.
You make your way into an establishment that looks fairly different. It's actually large, and you notice right away that it is built for people. Like it looks like it's purposefully built not to accommodate halflings in any way, shape, or form. It looks like it's just made predominantly for people who come through, who are your size, kind of the larger stature of that. Yeah, you walk in, there are plenty of just like large, like sailor type, mainly humans, a few elves, and a dwarf or two that are just kind of all sitting around drinking, gambling, talking. You can make your way over to the bar, and there's a large, sleeves cut off, kind of like buff but also kind of fat human man who takes your order and gets you some ale.
Do you have a Negroni?
What?
A Negroni?
Look, we don't serve any kind of that elvish stuff in here. We got ale. We got sea ale. We got the halfling brew. And we got liquor.
Okay. Yeah, what was I thinking? Just ale.
I'll do a shot of liquor on the side here.
Great.
Oh, my whole life, I'm looking for that Negroni, and I just keep getting served up ale.
Where'd you ever get the one in the first place?
Oh gosh, it's just a couple different islands I've been to. I was traveling around with this really talented jewelry maker, and he could do things I've never seen. He made the most beautiful jewels I've ever seen. And the material he would put together, it was amazing. Just like the ingredients of a Negroni. Just 3 things, so simple and yet poof, so delicious.
It would probably help in the future if you told people what those 3 things were so they could make it instead of just saying the name of the drink.
Well, once again, you're wise. I should, but he is a bartender. He should know.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to really know. I don't think that bartenders communicate that well around here from island to island. They don't seem to be sharing recipes.
Not very chatty. I trying to just fit in. So
There's a thump on the table in front of you. Here's some bread. He just walks off to serve somebody else. There's a piece of bread that is like has his fingers like formation in it, and it is like probably pretty moldy and stale on a piece of just like on a slab.
bread. Am I right?
cheers to that.
And I think I'm not gonna pursue any incident in here. I think
Great.
it was-
We'll cut back to Corn Chips and the gang. Eventually, the play does wrap up. Everybody comes out and takes their bows, and they all kind of like come out to like talk to each. Like they come out of the curtains together, kind of like talking to each other, but like kind of furtively looking over at you. And those sorts of things. Ryan passes her own will check and comes over and just like, oh my god, I can't believe that you guys came. And like Edmund told me that you guys like is it like true that like you guys are like talent scouts, or like are you like, is that true? Like what I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Like thank you so much for coming in. Like I know like the ears might be a little bit offensive, and I don't mean it's offensive. It's just like it's something that like Miss Atlee like has us do. I mean she like has us do it, and it's like I was like I met an elf, like I did what you told me to do, and like I didn't think that it was right to be doing that thing, but she like said like no, it helps you get in character, and so like I did it, and I guess it helped some, but like is that like how elves, like is that like how the story, like is that how you remember it? I mean like is that what it would be like?
Yeah, I like the whole vibe. It was very intense. There was a lot of strong energy.
It was outside. They were in the woods, I think. I don't think there were tents.
No, like intense, Blair, and like strong and
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like a scene that happens later in the play that's like intense, but we're just doing this scene. Like it's just a scene study for this class. Like later on we do the entire thing, but like she doesn't like Hardtalk doesn't get taken back to the tents until like 3 scenes later, I think. Like I only read the play once.
Sure. Zep, what did you think about all of this?
Oh, I just want. Who are you?
Oh yeah, Zep.
Hi, I didn't meet you. Are you like I'm sorry, like are you like the talent scout? Like, can I shake your hand? Is that okay if like I shake your hand? Is that something that like
Me and Pando both we wrote a show ourselves.
Oh my god, no, that's incredible. Like that your writer's just that's insane. Like I'm sure like I've worked with Brent a lot, and like we're very comfortable
Brent?
together. I'm sorry?
Oh, Brent was the person you were performing.
Yeah,
with.
like he's like so good. Like I know that you already know that because you saw him, but like he's like so good. Like I feel like it's so easy to work with him because like I can just like I just take what he's doing, you know what I mean? And it's just like like sometimes like I get off stage and I'm like I don't even know what happened. You know what I mean? Like so I like I don't know if you're going to ask if like we could do like a reading of that, but like we would totally be able to do that. Like we get to pick what we do in like the higher levels if Miss Atlee says that we move on to the higher levels. So if like you wanted to like give it like we could like maybe do that, but like I don't mean to like say that like you probably have your pick of who could ever do your script. Like it doesn't have to be us.
Probably. We're pretty sure it's gonna get people pretty excited.
Yeah, the writing is very strong, and it's going to take a very strong group of performers to.
Yeah, sure. And I'm just learning. Like I understand. Like it's like that was so stupid of me to say anything. Like I'm so stupid. You can't know. I'm so dumb.
What's your experience with mac and cheese, macaroni?
Yeah.
Well, like I haven't read anything. Well, like I know that like I know that like a lot of people like say the macaroni and cheese is like a good like it's definitely up there, like one of the best works. I haven't read it, but like I think Miss Atlee said that we might study it sometime.
Um, okay, well, I thought you did good. It was a good show. I was very good. You guys really let it off on the
Oh
good
my
foot.
god, thank you so much. Like I feel like I like totally choked. I like there was that one part where I said like I was supposed to say like chances or something, and I like totally just said something else, and I like Miss Atlee says like just don't do that. Like if this was real life, and if like if Taterel was like actually talking to Hartok here, so like she might stumble over her tongue, and that like might happen, and like you
That
just
makes
accept it, and in
sense.
that moment she wouldn't be like blah, I'm sorry, like she wouldn't apologize, like she's the best reclaimer of Aegon, she wouldn't do that. So like I tried to just keep going, but like
Question,
it gives me
Ryan,
Mhm.
uh, was your character trying to tell the other character that the way that the other character lived was bad and wrong?
Well, like, yeah, in this scene, like, she's just taken over Hartok. Like, she's just single-handedly ambushed, like, a group of the druids. And, like, Hartok was their leader, and she, like, has captured him. So she was, like,
Why? What did they do to her?
well, like, so, like, it's, like, an elvish thing, I think. Like, but if you read the stories and things, like, so Aegon is, like, the like has like a bunch of the cities and stuff like that, and like the elves are
Right.
supposed to all be together, and like Taterel, like her job was to like go and get them back for order. And like that's like one of the best things she did was she took like this whole druid sect and she brought them in to like the city or whatever, and like that's like what is being written about here, and it's just like so beautiful, and I think like you can learn a lot from it.
Pando, did you want to like? I thought the woods were the good place. You didn't want to go to the city, right?
The woods are my home. They're my happy place. Yes.
Are you Oh, I like okay. I'm so sorry. I just like it's like this place said. Like I just didn't even know. I just didn't even. I thought like there weren't any wood elves that really like traveled anymore. I just assumed that you were a high. I'm like, oh my god, that's so like stupid. No, of course I don't like mean like fine, like whatever. Like woods are fine. Like I don't. I've never seen them, but they're fine. Like I'm so sorry. Like anyway, thank you so much for coming. I'm just gonna go. Like some of us are just gonna go, and like there's like a diner that's still open. We're just gonna go like and just like get something to eat, and like I'm just gonna go do that. Like, but if you ever like, just talk to Miss Adley if you ever like have that play and you want to do it. Like I know you can get like whoever you want, but like just like send me like a message, and like I would totally do that if you wanted to.
Oh.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Nice.
Good
Hey,
job.
have a great night.
What was that all about?
There's a lot of strong energy coming out there.
Really strong energy.
Yeah.
What do you have against wood elves?
Play might not have been nice to your people.
I don't think so either.
A lot of the words.
I feel like a schmuck right now. I'm wearing all my elf regalia. Gee. Well, I don't know, Zep. I don't know if that's our person for the play.
Yep.
I'm
100% on board. I had questions about their barrel abilities anyway, so I think yeah, and this is way worse. So
I wonder what they're being taught in this curriculum, you know?
yeah. It starts at young age. It's brainwashing, indoctrination.
Mm-hmm. I could use a drink.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, I don't drink, but I'd go along with you guys.
We could get French fries too.
Oh, I love it. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Or cheese fries.
Cheese fries.
I love cheese.
Me too.
They've been talking for so long that Cashanon and I have walked back to the square and are like, what are you guys still doing here?
Oh, the show just ended.
Let's go back to the suite, get some French fries, get drinks, and then hit the hay.
Yeah. You got any canned fries? Over there, Zach?
I think I do.
Okay.
They're fairies.
They're fairies.
So I would say you guys can go back. You can have your midnight snack, and
Thank you
Bumble
so
Duke
much.
gives everything. There are no canned fries, but there is a fairy snake hiding underneath of your plate of fries that flies out. Eventually, Bumble Duke dispels it. You all go into your own separate curtains. When you go into the curtain and go into your room, you see that each of the beds has been set up to your liking as well. Zep's theory of what your liking might be. So, Hallsteyer, yours is kind of like velvet and like has like little lutes like painted all over it, and then like that type of deal. Kashanon, yours is very like fluffy and light, and like there are a whole bunch of like there's like little tea lights up in there, just like a faint smell of incense. Pando, yours is just like covered in greenery and actual things, and then Valerian, yours is like little waterfalls are trickling down the all around the walls. Like actually, when you close the curtains and they set closed, the entire curtain themselves become like little waterfalls, and the bed is a water bed as you settle into it. As you each close your curtains, you are struck by the fact that it is like there's an absence of sound. And you quickly kind of glean that there might be some sort of enchantment on it that actually blocks out all sound. In fact, you even like breathe and put your head down for the night, and you don't hear anything. So they're kind of silenced zones there. And that is where we will end tonight. Guys, you made it through this day.
Hey.
Congratulations.
3 2-hour meet, 6 hours of us being in this town just hanging out.
Listen, there's a lot of character development that happened. It has allowed me to put off the fact that I need to figure out the map of where you guys can actually go outside of this island. So it's great. It's all good.
Talked about Scott or Zep being the interior decorator for this cruise before, and I missed it because, like, what a talent!
I love this.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually. I love that idea, but I don't think that was what I.
Excuse me. You have an interior decorator for your actual crew, so slow your roll, Zep.
Whoa. I was just saying it'd be fun. I wasn't late. I don't even take credit for it. It was more Bumbleduke.
Listen, before we get into actual combat here at the end of the night, we're going to close up. Guys, thank you for watching. I looked at the analytics today. It looks like 68 people have watched episode 4 for an average of 2 minutes. So thank you so much for watching those 2 minutes.
We'll get you up there one day.
They might not even be the same 2 minutes, but thank you for watching that. You'll never hear this. Wash your hands. Good night.
Good night.
Maybe it's a group and they all